Alright guys, so the first thing that I always do is moisturize my face, and this has been on for a couple minutes now. I try to let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. And if you're interested, the moisturizer that I use is the Simple Replenishing Rich Moisturizer. Looks like this. Super affordable. Got it at Walmart for about like $5 or $6, and it works really good. Keeps my skin nice and moisturized without being too heavy. Doesn't break me out. Perfect. So the next step that I'm going to do is do my eyebrows, and then I'll come back to show you guys my actual foundation routine. I'm going to do my eyebrows off camera. If you want to know my brow routine, I will leave that down below in the description box so that you guys can check that out. So I will do my brows and I'll be okay. So I am back, and I actually went ahead and did some eye makeup. I wasn't going to do anything because I have to be at work early today, but I wanted to put a little something on my eyes. So I just did my eye makeup and put on some lashes. Next, I'm going to move on to the face, the actual point of this tutorial. And when I do my dewy, glowy face routine, there are particular products that I use. Now, if I want to go for a really dewy and glowy look, I do not use anything heavy as far as foundation, and I tend to stay away from the full coverage, more heavy liquid cream foundations. My favorite to use if I want to use liquid is the Benefit Hello Flawless. This is hands down my favorite lightweight foundation. It just evens out the skin tone because, as you can see, I really don't have a lot to cover. I just have a lot of redness. I don't have any like dark spots or anything heavy that needs to be covered, so this works perfectly. As of late, I found a powder foundation combination that I really love, and it gives the same effect as the Benefit Hello Flawless, but of course it's a little bit more matte and more long wearing because it is a powder foundation. Now, I don't use any type of primer because I have really dry skin, which is kind of weird because I'm using powder foundation, but these are very hydrating powder foundations, I find, and they don't cling to my dry spots. And plus, I do a step that I will talk about at the end that really helps to eliminate any kind of dry, patchy looks to the skin. So because I'm using a powder foundation for this particular routine, I always do my concealer first because I'm not going to put a wet concealer on top of a dry powder. So the concealer that I love to use is the MAC Pro Longwear. As you can see, I love this. I think I've only had this for like 2 months and it's already down to here. And typically you would use a warm color like a NW underneath your eye to cancel out any darkness, but I really don't have darkness. I have red, so I'm going to use a cool toned concealer. So I'm using NC42, which is a couple shades lighter than my skin tone. It's not exactly my shade. It's the closest to my shade. I'm about a C6 if you want to talk about like actual foundation. But for under eye concealer, I love to use the Pro Longwear because it's not too light. And despite all the hype about like super highlight and contouring, I like my stuff to be subtle. I don't like it to be too much. So I'm using the e.l.f. stipple brush, and I am just popping this right under the eye. And then whatever's left, I just use it to highlight. So I'm just putting it on my chin. Cupid's bow. This does not have to be perfect because it's all going to get blended out. My first powder foundation is a holy grail of mine. It's the Sephora 8-Hour Wear Mattifying Compact. My shade is medium number 33, which is walnut. I am using my Sedona Lace 480 buffer brush for this. And normally this brush is like, well, it's still perfect for it. But I love using this brush because a lot of the times when I do this glowy foundation look, I don't have any eye makeup on. So I use this as my eyeshadow, or just to kind of cancel out any darkness or redness on my eyelids. Next, I'm taking my Sephora Airbrush number 55 brush and another Sephora powder foundation. This is the Sephora Micro Smooth powder in tan. Is it tan? Bronze or something like that, number 35. It's a little bit darker, and because this is a mineral foundation and it's baked, it goes on so smooth. And it really does not dry your skin out. So if you have dry skin like me, this will be perfect for you. Now that I have that on, I just go back with the powder brush that I use to set my concealer. And I just go over those areas, and that just kind of helps to blend. And that, see, you get that really nice gradation of color. You still have the highlighted look under the eyes, but it's not so stark and noticeable. That's more prettier in my opinion, and it looks a lot more natural. I'm going to add bronzer and slightly contour. When I do this look, I don't do a heavy contour, and my favorite bronzer of times to use with this, especially in the winter, is my Body Shop Baked Bronzer. I absolutely love this stuff. I'm addicted because it's just the perfect amount of color. It's absolutely amazing. So I pop it on like I am contouring, just like this. And instantly, instant warmth, as you can see. And I'm just taking it around my hairline. Down my nose. And this is just for a soft contour because I'm using a bigger brush. And I'm actually going to take my powder brush, and I'm not putting any more powder on it. I'm just using it to clean up the lines. My next step is the most important step, and it is highlighting. Now, I have been trying to find like the best highlighters. And so far, the ones that I really love is the Benefits Watts Up. I don't have that one in front of me because it's not the one that I'm going to use, but I will insert a picture. The Benefits Watts Up. I like the e.l.f. Facial Whip in Lilac Petal or Toasted. Toasted is always a good color. I've also been trying out the Buxom Divine Goddess or Divine Light, something like that, Divine Goddess Illuminizer. I got a sample from Sephora. They give you healthy samples. If you always want to sample a liquid illuminizer, definitely check out Sephora or Ulta. They give amazing samples and it will last you for a while. One that I've been addicted to using since I got it from the what collection was this? Magnetic Nudes. The Magnetic Nudes collection. That's where I got this. And this is the Extra Dimension Skin Finish from MAC in Superb. And that's actually the color I have on my lids. So it can double up as an eyeshadow. As you can see, it's like so pretty on the lids. But I'm going to take just this Sedona Lace Luxe Essentials LB05 brush. And I am running this along the high points. Look at that. I love this stuff. I almost said a bad word. But I really love that. Look at that. Instant glow. Instant glow. And you can also run this along your inner corner. And you can also put it on your brow bone. But because I have it on my lid today, I'm not putting it on my brow bone. But I'm just running this just like that. And I'm putting it here. And what I love about this is that it's so light that you can use a little bit of it and get such a natural look. Like I wore it yesterday and I just did a little bit and I went out to the movies and I got so many compliments on how glowy my skin looks, and they're like, what skincare do you use? And I'm like, oh no, this is makeup. So I really love this one. I think it's a limited edition. Hopefully they relaunch this. If it is limited edition, I have to ask. And then I'm going to use my foundation brush just to go over it a little bit to blend the edges of where it meets the concealer. And as you can see, I'm not putting any more product on these brushes because I don't want to cover up. The last step and the most important step is making sure that everything looks nice and set and your skin doesn't look powdery and it looks absolutely perfect. And I'm going to be using my Holy Grail Max Fix Plus. You can use Evian spray if you have that, even a little water, but there's just something in this Fix Plus that makes it look amazing. It just sets it and your skin looks fresh. It doesn't look powdery and it's just absolutely amazing. Alright guys, so this is the final look to my Glowy Healthy Glow foundation or face routine. This is what it looks like. 9 times out of 10, I wear a nude lip with this look for it to be extra glowy, but I wanted to do a pop of color, so I did purple. It's Max Heroin. Everything that I use will be listed down below as well as on my blog, so if you're interested, check that out. And if you like this video, thumbs up. Also leave a comment, let me know what you think and what other videos you'd like to see here on my channel. And until my next video, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.